But high ponytail D-Luke in the manga, he deserves rights. Genshin Impact game D-Luke can fight me any day. He mad annoying and he ugly. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing chapter 1 of the Genshin Impact manga. This is technically part 2 of the series because we just did the prologue, but you get the deal. I'm really excited. I read it and let me just say, things are going down, all right? But before we dive right into it, make sure you follow me on my socials, especially my Twitch. I live stream Genshin there. You guys have really been loving some of the highlights that I do from there and post over here. So I highly recommend you go follow me over there so you can be there when the magic happens. All that being said, let's just dive right into the video. Okay, so we're starting with part 1 of chapter 1. We're doing both parts as always. And chapter 1 is called Bad Wine. So I already know we're seeing D-Luke. He's not here yet, but we know it's coming. But first we see this man with like white hair, face first on the ground. Okay, like he's making out with the concrete, let me tell you, all right? And there's this like super eerie green lighting surrounding him. There's like a hissing noise. It's gross. It looks like it's like out of like a Disney villain song. What's that guy's name from Princess and the Frog? It's giving me those vibes, okay? But anyways, we know something serious is going down. There's really blood like oozing from this guy's head, which also very graphic for Genshin. I've never seen anyone bleed in the game. We find out that we are in Heresies. I think that's how you say it. The underground arena. It says of the Fatuis. It's the Fatui, all right? It's a typo. One thing I will have to say about the manga is from what I've heard, since it's a translation, I've heard that there's a little bit of like errors, which kind of sucks because that means the English translation isn't like super accurate all of the time. Anyways, that's where we are. We're in the underground arena. So obviously they're making these dudes fight. So we learned that this man that's like face first in the ground, head oozing, he is the 139th contender and he's dead, which to me means they killed 139 people. All right, so that's interesting. And then we get this bozo Krupp. All right, this dude, he's like working for the Fatui, whatever. He's like, he should have lasted longer, which don't we all? I'm kidding. Anyways, this man yells at him and calls him pathetic. And then he turns around and we see the crazy mask. This is like ultimate crazy anime and ultimate crazy anime dude. He got the smile, he got the red eyes. Everything is wrong with him. He doesn't say his name yet, but we can just refer to him with his name. It's Il Dottore. Il Dottore. Is that how you say it? All the Italians are mad. Sorry, Italians. Can I just call him crazy mask dude? Okay, crazy Fatui mask dude is who we're introduced to. Turns out he's been asking Krupp to provide bodies for his tests. Like weirdo, get out of here. And then he's like, maybe I should just start using you instead, Krupp. And Krupp's like, bestie, we don't need to do that. That's okay. Actually, we just got invited to Mondstadt's Lady Harpastum. So like, let's go over there instead. And I'm like, oh my God, we just learned about Lady Harpastum. I wonder if this takes place then or in the future. I think by the close though. It does kind of look like it's past what Venti was talking about. One other thing is that they keep referring to Mondstadt as Mond. I don't know why, but for some reason this is infuriating to me and I really hate it. Like why? Say the whole thing. Say Mondstadt. What's the deal? Anyways, they're like, okay, bet we're gonna go to Mondstadt and grab some of their people for the test. LOL. But he also says he's excited to see how that thing turned out. I'm like, is he referring to Mondstadt or is there something they experimented on in Mondstadt? Then we enter Mondstadt. We're in a very fancy dining area. Wine is being served and it's noted that this wine is very expensive. That one of these guys is like, this glass of wine is the cost of one of my mansions. Whatever. You know the deal. This young waiter, he almost spills the wine. He gets yelled at by the maid or whatever. And then we realize it's D-Luke's house. It's really weird thinking about the fact that like the Genshin characters have houses. I'm like, you guys don't just all live in my teapot? And you might be asking, like, but what about before the teapot was in place? I don't know. I thought they were just camping. Okay. But anyways, D-Luke has a house. He does not live at the winery. Or does he? Maybe he does live at the winery. We'll get to that. And he's welcoming the guests. My boy D-Luke. I just need to stop. He is so hot in the manga and he is so ugly in the game. In the D-Luke stands, don't even try to defend yourselves. He is uggo in the game. But high ponytail D-Luke in the manga, he deserves rights. Genshin Impact game D-Luke can fight me any day. He mad annoying and he ugly. They say the Guild and the Knights of Favonius are present at this event. Then crazy Fatui man shows up ready to fight and he interrupts D-Luke's whole speech. Remember that pin that we had in the last video about Ursa the Drake? Yes, take it out again or put it back in. I forget which one we said, because it turns out this dude, this crazy Fatui man, defeated Ursa the Drake. Hello? Him? I don't believe it. Anyways, we learn he's one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, which means he's probably gonna be in the game soon. D-Luke's like, I'm honored to have you, which I thought was interesting because I know modern day D-Luke hates the Fatui, so already I'm a little suspicious. And D-Luke, you lying. Then there's like this priest, Seamus. I know he's probably like not actually like a priest. I'm guessing he works in the church by his getup, but we meet Seamus. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Seamus.
He introduces himself as who the crazy Fatui man's looking for. He's like, you're here for me. He's like, we need to talk. Like, can we talk somewhere more private? And D-Luke's like, for sure, as long as I can be there. And they're like, okay, sure, you can be there, I guess. So the meeting begins and Kaya is there already. He's at the table. Also, he's looking fine. Anyways, moving on. Crump says that the Fatui need to increase their people to defend everyone. He's like, we need more people. We need to defend the land. Kaya's like, cool. So how is that our problem? Crump's like, well, it's like a treaty too. It's like, let's do a treaty, a little offering. And Kaya's like, we literally have no one that can fight. This is a tiny place. And Crump's like, it's about the faith in the Archons, not strength. And we know Monster has people with good faith in the Archons. Kaya's like, literally, let's cut the shit, bro. He says, quote, that sounds like a blood tax paid with the lives of our children. Bars. Crump is like, well, that's not what I meant. Kaya's like, that's all I need to know. No more questions, Your Honor. They're not talking to a judge, but you know, that attitude. He's like, what do you think, priest man, Seamus? Seamus is like, we need to talk to the Grandmaster first. I'm like, is Jean the Grandmaster or is Varka the Grandmaster at this time? I guess we'll find out later. Crump's like, actually, we need answers literally right now. So you just showed up. You need an answer right now? Whatever, bro. You show up to a winery for answers about whether they can sacrifice their kids. Moving on. D-Luke's like, can we just go back to the party? Let's like chill a bit before we make like a rash decision. Crazy Fatui man is like, ugh, your wine sucks anyways, loser. And he walks out. Priest is like, thank you, D-Luke, for delaying them. We need to think really fast. These children are being taken from other regions and they never return home. We cannot give in. We cannot give our children to these evil people. And he looks at D-Luke, quote, your father would not have died in vain. Okay, what's going on? So his father's dead by now. I know that his father dies when he's younger, but I haven't read the manga yet, so that's why I didn't know we were gonna talk about this early. The butler comes in this moment and says, D-Luke, everything's ready. And D-Luke's like, got a blast, bestie. And that's how we finish part 1. But then we go to part 2. Crazy Fatui man at the party. He is pissed off. Crump's like, dude, relax. Literally, they have to take our offer. They have no choice, and they know that. Crazy Fatui's man is like, dude, F you, figure this shit out. I'm leaving. He's gone. He leaves. Crump is about to grab a glass of wine, and then Kaya literally scares the shit out of him. He like slaps his hand on his back. Kaya's like, oh, we're considering it, but maybe we'd be a little more convinced if the terms are more in our favor. And Crump's like, listen, I can't do that. Kaya's like, oh, well, we'll make sure that you were properly compensated. Crump heads down to the underground cellar to grab wine. I'm guessing this is the deal with Kaya. Like, if they comply, you get some free wine, bestie. And he reaches for the wine. And Dark Knight Hero, he swoops in, bro. Crump yells for the guard and D-Luke literally kills him. There was blood. He like one-shots this dude right in the neck. It's absolutely insane. And then D-Luke like ties Crump up in chains. And he's like, I need to pull up the page because this is where shit get crazy. Hold on. Remember Anthony? That boy from the bakery by the city walls of Mond? Stat. Crump's like, I have no idea what you're talking about, bro. He's like, the Fatui recruited that boy last year and no one ever heard from him again. But if you can't remember, I have ways to help you. Like, first of all, Diluc, go on. Krupp's finally had enough. He's about to spill. And just then, crazy Fatui man headshots Krupp. You heard me right. Headshot. He's done. Krupp, dead. Deceased. Crazy Fatui man's like, Diluc, that vision you're wearing is super interesting. And I'm like, wait a minute. Does Diluc have a delusion and not a vision? Question mark. Why does it look like that? It's looking a little weird. Crazy Fatui like, bye, bitch. I'm out of here, losers. He goes back upstairs. The priest asks where Diluc has been. He's like, that crazy dude. He like withdrew all his requests and left. So he is gone. But then we go back to Crazy Fatui man and he bumps into Amber. First of all, I was like, Amber. But she's okay. She's okay. He like looks at her vision and then he mentions, he's like, visions are supposed to be like the God's eye, which I didn't know. That's why they were called visions. Clever. He's like, but people who have them think they're better and they're all delusional. But that Diluc, guys, was really interesting. And then he's like, where's Krupp? Oh, right. I killed him. And that is how chapter 1 ends. So this is like the first chapter. It's like right after the prologue and already things are getting a little crazy. I didn't even know we were gonna meet the Fatui this early. I really like this Crazy Fatui man, Il Dottore. I wonder where we're gonna get to meet him because he's one of the 11. So he's probably gonna be a playable character. He looks insane. I love it. I hope they find a great voice actor for him because he's really cool. Also, yeah, I just think like Diluc looks, even Kaya looks great in the game, but I feel like Diluc and Kaya looked so much better in the manga, like their designs. And I just really like this character build because I wasn't a big Diluc stan, but I really liked how he was in this, and maybe he'll grow on me now that I know a little bit more about his backstory. But I'm guessing we're gonna learn even more about him and Kaya very, very soon. I'm guessing that's coming up in the manga. That being said, I hope you guys liked this video. Make sure you give that like and thumbs up. That's the same thing, and subscribe and turn bell notifications on and comment and do whatever you want to do. I hope you really like the video. And yeah, so next week we'll be having another one come up. More about the manga coming up very soon. Also, make sure you follow me over on Twitch. And if you want exclusive content and early access to all the YouTube videos, get them 24 hours early and be in a group chat and be able to DM me, all that fun stuff, make sure you subscribe to my fan house. It's really fun. I'm really having a great time over there. I think that's it. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.